Rod Strong hired me in 1970, and so I've pretty much been in contact with this vineyard and Rodney Strong Winery for the last 44 years. I grew up in a farming family, joined the service out of high school, came back and started working for Sonoma Vineyards, and then from that point on, I took a lot of classes at Santa Rosa Junior College, Napa Valley Junior College, and Davis. Also the School of Hard Knocks. You know, you learn by digging in and trying to do something, and if it's not right the first time, you fix it and move on.
Sire Family Vineyards is a historic vineyard for Rodney Strong. This was one of the first properties that Rod purchased when he came up into this area in the 60s when he wanted to get into the wine business, and he saw great potential here. He was able to recognize that the terrain and the soils were really perfectly suited for varieties like Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Over the years, it's been split up into parcels, and then Sire came along and reunited all the parcels back together, and now they farm it as one unit.
My day-to-day is I'll show up here in the mornings, and the dog and I will normally take a walk through a different block of grapes every day. We'll spend half an hour looking at the vineyard to see what's happening in it, make sure that we're not encountering any pests of any kind, checking to see what the vine growth is like.
During the month of June, when you walk into the vineyards, you'll notice that the clusters start to touch each other, the berries start to grow together, and we call that cluster closure.
We're about 2 weeks from veraison, where the reds will start picking up a little bit of red color to them, and the Chardonnays will start to soften and pick up a little bit of an amber color to them.
Sonoma County is such a great place to grow grapes, and it's because we have all these little microclimates scattered across the county. Every little valley has different topography, has different soils, and each one of those lends itself maybe a little bit better to a certain variety.
We're in the Russian River Valley. We're about a mile and a half south of the confluence of Dry Creek and the Russian River. Our weather here, even though we still have a strong maritime influence, the fog will burn off at about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the mornings. So we have nice afternoons, 80, 85 degrees on average. I think we just have ideal growing conditions at this end of the valley. And I think that the Pinot Noir and Chardonnay that we actually grow here is some of the best in the world. Rodney Strong is the best winery I've ever worked with. We have a long-standing relationship and a long-standing friendship. At the end of the day, or at the end of harvest, the most gratifying thing that I can think of is I know I've supplied the winery with a quality product, and that gives us the chance to make a quality wine. We recently became certified sustainable. The process to become sustainable isn't difficult. More than anything, it's making sure that the practices you use in your vineyard are something you'll be able to use for generations to come, so that you can be here generations to come.